Tonight, parents share their overwhelming grief.
I wish no one could experience what I have seen. I wish it for no one. It's unbearable for sure.
A tragic fall and the loss of their beloved 4-year-old. And now questions about why the 6th floor window in this building wasn't better secured. At a time when food insecurity has never been worse.
The questions for me are, where are these people going to go? Because people use this service.
Why is the Salvation Army closing this Cornwall food bank? And the captain is back.
It's becoming a distraction, and because I have been fully committed to this team, to the city.
Answering repeated questions about his future in Ottawa and thanking the loyal fans. Good evening. We begin tonight with a CTV Ottawa exclusive. An Ottawa family is sharing their story for the first time as they try to cope with the unimaginable grief of losing their young child. 4.5-year-old Eliyah died after falling from the window of a Sandy Hill apartment building Monday night. And a warning, the details in this story may be distressing to hear. CTV's Katie Griffin spoke with the family today and joins us in studio with more. Katie.
Patricia, their pain is hard to imagine. The boy's mom was in the room when it happened and says the window in their 6th floor unit could open fully, even though it was supposed to be restricted, something the rental company says is required.
He loves animals, he loves nature, he loves painting.
This is how Eliyah Pirani's parents remember him.
He was a very, very nice little boy. He's a gifted guy who was given to us by God, by our prayers.
Their grief so raw.
He was such a nice brother. He was so caring of her sister. I don't know.
The 4.5-year-old who loved dinosaurs died Monday after falling from the window of the family's 6th floor unit at this Sandy Hill apartment building. His mom, Sajida, says they don't typically open the windows, but it was a hot day.
I found why is it so quiet suddenly, and why there's extra lights coming in the building. Why he fell down. What happened? Where is Eliyah? I called him and I saw him there. I shouted. I called 911. Immediately.
The family says the window in Eliyah's bedroom fully opened, while others in the unit did not. Rental company Homestead says window restrictors are a requirement and should not be altered, and that it had not received any notice from residents in the impacted unit regarding any issues. The day after the fatal fall, Homestead said it would be inspecting all units to secure the windows, including this one.
Before this happened, that window fully opened.
Fully opened. It had just had the net. They came and they just safeguard the window. And after they finished their job, another person came in to just check around the apartment, again, without any coordination with the parent.
These are the things that should not happen. Like, this is very unbelievable that we had to experience this.
The family's heartbreak deepened by the thought some could think they're to blame.
We were not irresponsible parents. That's it. We were caring parents. This is what people they need to hear.
Loved ones rallying around the family after a tragic, unimaginable loss.
Friends, family is all a person needs at this moment, because heart is broken and loneliness is the most prominent thing that we feel.
I wish no one could experience what I have seen. I wish it for no one. It's unbearable for sure.
Family maintains the window did not have a restrictor. The company says it's inspecting all units to secure the windows, including in this one. Police have said the incident isn't considered suspicious, but that the investigation is ongoing. Patricia.
CTV's Katie Griffin live for us tonight. Thank you. And we do have extended coverage of how Eliyah's family is remembering him. You can find more stories online at ctvnewsottawa.ca. Well, a warning tonight about a possible second flood peak with heavy rain expected to begin this evening. A rainfall warning is in effect for both Ottawa and Gatineau, with Environment Canada calling for up to 50 millimeters of rain in some areas. Floodwaters had been receding in Gatineau after several dry days. However, the river is expected to begin rising again, with officials warning of a possible second flood peak in areas from Pembroke to Ottawa and Gatineau to Montreal. So we take a live look through our Centennial Glass Skycam. 11 degrees out there right now, with lots of rain on the way, as we check in with CTV's Jackie Perez for our first check on the forecast. Jackie.
Well, Patricia, I took a quick peek outside for downtown Ottawa. People have their umbrellas out, light rain moving through, but the bulk of it is going to be coming in the next few hours. It has triggered, as you mentioned, a rainfall warning, and this is likely in parts of Smiths Falls, Cornwall, Ottawa, and Brockville. There is no rainfall warning in the Valley area. However, we are anticipating much of the rain moving through, the weather system moving through eastern Ontario. This gives you a closer look at what we can expect. Much of it concentrated, again, along the seaway, these yellows and the orange and the heavy dark greens. That's indicating where the bulk of the storm is moving through. It is going to carry us into the overnight hours. We may see a little bit of a pause for Ottawa around midnight, but it's going to pick up again and should likely clear by the time you head out the door tomorrow morning. We could still see some light scattered showers moving through, but for the most part, most of the rain is going to be in those overnight hours. 5 degrees is what we're getting down to. Northerly winds making it a lot cooler as well. Tomorrow, the anticipated daytime high is 11 degrees. Now, right now, across eastern Ontario, we are hovering around 11, 10 degrees, slightly cooler in Pembroke as well as Bancroft, about 8, 9 degrees. We'll get a closer look at your long-term forecast in just a bit.
Well, Ottawa Senators captain Brady Tkachuk had an excellent reason for passing on locker cleanout day, but he could not avoid the postseason questions after the team's early exit. Today, saying he's frustrated by the repeated speculation about his future with the team. CTV's Dylan Dyson was at the Canadian Tire Centre today to hear from the captain. Dylan.
Yeah, that's right, Patricia. And it should be noted that Brady Tkachuk left Ottawa immediately after Saturday's season-ending loss to be with his wife in New Jersey, who gave birth to their second child, a daughter named Lila. But in the days following the Sens' playoff exit, there has been speculation about Tkachuk's desire to remain an Ottawa Senator.
Hey, Brady.
Good. Frustration was the word of the day for Ottawa Senators captain Brady Tkachuk. Frustration that his team was swept out of the playoffs, and frustration he is once again having to answer about his future with the team.
I feel like I've answered this hundreds of times, that none of that I feel like I've never shown. I've never said. None of those things ever came out of my mouth, and quite honestly, it's just getting frustrating. It's becoming a distraction.
Brady missed the traditional exit meeting with his GM because of the birth of his daughter, but Steve Staios had his back Monday, addressing speculation about Brady's future with the Sens.
It's nonsense is what it is, and it depends on what week and what fan base it's coming from.
I have been fully committed to this team, to the city, and it's just becoming a distraction, frustrating to deal with.
Tkachuk still has 2 years left on his contract with the team and isn't eligible to sign a contract extension until next year.
The extension talk is just, I mean, like you said, it's a year away, so that's something that you physically can't even do anytime soon.
Online criticism started after an Olympic win and White House visit in February, and ramped up during a seemingly lackluster playoff performance for the Senators. When asked to reassure fans about his commitment to the team, Tkachuk said speculation about his future elsewhere doesn't originate with him.
I've never said it, team's never said it, but I've always believed in this team. I've always, believed, playing for this city, and the city has always been good to me.
Rising above it all, Tkachuk closed out on Wednesday with praise for Sens fans.
I just want to say, thank you from the bottom of my heart for the support that you guys had for our team, myself, my family, all year.
Tkachuk says he has yet to meet with Sens general manager Steve Staios to discuss the team following the end of the season and where the team and Tkachuk himself can improve. Patricia.
A little bit of the Wild West online after an early hockey exit like that, for sure. All right, CTV's Dylan Dyson live for us tonight. Thank you.
Still ahead, he saw a man lying on the road and took steps to make sure he was okay and got help. The story behind one OC Transpo driver's award-winning day on the job, that's coming up.
Well, Cornwall is set to lose one of its food banks at a time of record food insecurity. The Salvation Army says it's closing its food bank and church in the eastern Ontario city, sparking concerns from both clients and nearby centres that are already grappling with growing demand. The food bank and church are located at 500 York Street in Cornwall. CTV's Peter Sperling spent the day in that city and joins us in studio with more on this, Peter.
Patricia, area residents tell me for as long as they can remember, the Salvation Army has stood at its location in downtown Cornwall. Now it will be closing next month, and those who turn to its food bank for assistance are concerned. It's a staple in the neighborhood that Cornwall residents like Eric Wall turn to for help.
They've been very good with me in many different situations that I've had.
But the Salvation Army is closing its food bank in Cornwall this spring.
It just is a huge shock for all of us here.
In a letter posted on social media Tuesday afternoon, the Salvation Army says after a careful operational review, a decision was made to close the local church and community services as of June 7th to steward resources responsibly.
We don't know what we're going to do.
I got 2 brides.
Residents and clients concerned.
I'm sad about it.
Too bad for people in the street, really.
I am absolutely concerned. So that's one less food bank for people to access.
It's also worrying for the nearby Agape Center, which, like many food banks across the country, is already facing growing demand.
Before Christmas, we were around 3,400. And since January, we are at 4,000 people per month just for our food bank alone.
First reaction was shock. Then the questions came. So the questions for me are, where are these people going to go? Because people use this service.
Cornwall Councillor Todd Bennett says other area food banks are also stretched.
I'm really concerned about how some of these people are going to make it to the end of the month.
In a statement to CTV News this evening, the Salvation Army says the decision to close was made after an operational review and history of financial instability. The food bank will be closing May 15th. While the church will be closing June 7th. It is planning to keep a nearby downtown thrift shop open.
All right, CTV's Peter Sperling live for us tonight. Thank you. Well, Kingston police continue to investigate after 2 pedestrians were reportedly shot by an airsoft gun yesterday. According to police, one person was struck in the face with a projectile in the area of Russell and Patrick Streets around 12:30. The second shooting happened nearby about 5 minutes later. Both victims suffered minor injuries. Police have not said whether these incidents were targeted or if any suspects have been arrested, but investigators do not believe there is a risk to public safety.
Oh, God. Oh.
An investigation into what sparked this massive 3-alarm fire at a popular yacht club in Toronto's West End is underway. Around 100 firefighters were called in to fight the blaze, which broke out overnight. The flames gutted the clubhouse. The City of Toronto owns the land and recently decided not to renew the lease over claims the club harmed the environment. Well, for the 4th consecutive time, the Bank of Canada is holding its key policy interest rate at 2.25%. The decision comes as the central bank warns of higher inflation in the short term. Let's bring in CTV's Austin Lee with more on today's decision. Austin.
Oh, Patricia, the Bank of Canada has now left the overnight lending rate unchanged since October, which was when the last rate cut happened. Higher oil prices linked to the war in the Middle East have propelled inflation as of late. And the central bank is predicting inflation for April to come in at around 3% before starting to decline towards the bank's 2% target by early next year. But that is under the assumption that U.S. tariffs remain at the current rate and oil prices drop to around $75 U.S. a barrel by mid-2027. Bank of Canada Governor Tiff Macklem says the key rate is probably at the correct level, but warns that could change if oil prices do not come down as the bank is forecasting.
If energy prices go higher, and particularly if they stay higher for longer, there could well be a need to increase the policy rate to get inflation back to 2%. And really the message is, we're committed to ensuring that inflation does stay close to 2% over time.
The bank says there is little evidence to show that oil prices are affecting the costs of goods and services more broadly, with many businesses hesitant to pass along increased costs to customers for now. Still, rent and food prices remain high, and the Bank of Canada will make its next interest rate decision on June 10th. Patricia.
CTV's Austin Lee live for us tonight. You can scan the QR code on the bottom of your screen to link to us online or visit ctvnewsottawa.ca. We have more details on today's interest rate decision and inflation in Canada. Meantime, oil prices continue to climb amid ongoing uncertainty in the Middle East conflict. Prices hit $120 U.S. a barrel today, the highest price since 2022. The Strait of Hormuz remains largely blocked. There appears to be little progress on negotiations between the U.S. and Iran. Well, Ontario wants tougher tech rules in school and is considering a full ban on cell phones and new limits on social media for children amid growing concerns about mental health and safety. CTV's Tyler Fleming took a closer look at this today and joins us with the details. Tyler.
Yeah, Patricia, the push builds on the rules that were put in place in 2024, where phones are restricted during class time. Now the province wants to go further, banning devices on school properties and the potential of age-based social media bans.
Ontario is weighing a major shift, considering a full ban on cell phones in schools and new limits for kids using social media.
School isn't somewhere where you should be going on your phone.
High school student Elianne Cardinal says some restrictions make sense.
Because it can be very wrongfully used in general, especially like when you're at an age where you don't understand what you're doing.
It's not healthy for our kids in our schools.
On Tuesday, the province's education minister said stronger measures could be coming as concerns grow over classroom distractions and the impact of social media.
I think the evidence is becoming more and more clear.
Manitoba is musing to ban social media and AI chatbots for kids under 16, while countries like Australia already have. Experts say it's a sign governments are finally acting, but enforcement can be a big hurdle.
Kids are very smart. If you tell them no, in their mind, they take that as a yes. They will figure out ways around the technology. The platforms themselves haven't changed. They're still as dangerous as they've always been.
Still, parents like Elena Plomp support tighter rules, but says the responsibility doesn't stop with government.
Kids do not need to be on social media, and cell phones in school just take away from talking to your friends.
We're just trying to bring that innocence, that play back to childhood.
Unplugged Canada, a growing grassroots movement, encourages families across the country to delay smartphone use, citing mental health benefits and a shift in how kids engage online.
And there's also just some real harms in terms of, cyberbullying and groups that are targeting youth and reaching them through these devices.
Still, some students don't think a ban will work.
Because the kids will only find other ways to find how to do it.
Now, there's no timeline for any changes in Ontario. Manitoba's social media plan is still being developed, and any broader restrictions would likely depend on federal involvement on how those rules would be enforced. Patricia.
All right, CTV's Tyler Fleming live for us tonight. Thank you. Well, as the Ottawa Charge gets set for the playoffs, we now know when the team's home games will be played.
Taken away by Jenner. She feeds it to House.
The Charge clinched the final spot in the Walter Cup playoffs with this win over the Toronto Scepters on Saturday. They will be facing off against the Boston Fleet in the first round. Game 1 of the best-of-5 series tomorrow night in Boston. Game 3 will be played in Ottawa at the CTC on Friday, May 8th. If necessary, Game 4 will be on Sunday, May 10th at 3. If the series go to Game 5, it will shift back to Boston.
And I'm like, hey, listen, you don't have to do this. Come with me. I'll try to help you out. And he was saying, no, I want to stay. I'm like, no, please. I begged him. I'm like, you need to come with me. Come.
An Ottawa bus driver recognized for saving the life of a man in crisis. More on his story just ahead. Jackie.
Thanks so much, Patricia. Taking a look at what we can expect for tomorrow. Yes, we could see remnants of the rainfall in the early hours, but it should clear up by the time we get to our late evening or late afternoon, early evening. Temperature-wise, though, mainly cool. 8 degrees for noon. 11 is the anticipated daytime high. Right now, here's a live look through our Centennial Glass Sky Cam where it is 11 degrees, and you can see the fog already starting to move through parts of the region, and that rain expected to get heavier in the next couple of hours.
Ottawa is always on the move.
We're a big city
with a laid-back vibe.
where foodies love their sweets
and markets bursting with flavor,
wrapped up in waterways
and hot summer days.
This is a city where culture is on display.
And the future
meets the past,
where people come together.
Always proud,
often loud,
and positively the best place to live.
We move with you, Ottawa!
Taking a look at the roads on your Wednesday drive, we're seeing some slowdowns on the Queensway westbound in the area of Churchill, Woodruff. That section slowing down a fair bit. Today tends to be a somewhat thicker day for traffic midweek. Well, as problems persist with both the trains and the buses for OC Transpo, it is the operators and drivers who often take the brunt of riders' frustrations. But in the middle of all that, there are acts of courage from those drivers who go above and beyond the call of their job. CTV's Eliyah Pirani has one driver's story.
It wasn't part of the plan.
The Route 44 coming from Walkley, turning right on Albion.
But for OC Transpo bus driver Yasha, he knew that helping was part of his job.
And that's when I saw a gentleman laying down in the middle of the road over there, which did not seem normal.
This past September, during the first morning run of the 44 Herdman, Yasha rushed to help a young man in distress.
And that's when he told me he wants to take his life.
With compassion, Yasha convinced the man to get off the road, and he helped him onto the bus.
I'm like, hey, listen, you don't have to do this. Come with me. I'll try to help you out. And he was saying, no, I want to stay. I'm like, no, please. I begged him. I'm like, you need to come with me. Come. And that's when he actually trusted me.
Passengers were transferred onto another bus, and Yasha stayed with the man until help arrived.
The first thing they teach you that the emergency plan is there for you.
In his years of experience, Yasha says this isn't the first time that he's had to call in a safety concern. But he says he knows exactly what to do because OC Transpo provides all of their bus drivers with the necessary safety training.
As a bus operator, you're the eyes and the ears on the road.
Yasha was one of nearly 60 OC Transpo employees honored for their outstanding actions on the job at a ceremony on Tuesday.
Safety is one of the hardest things to recognize employees on because when it's done right, nothing happens. You know, there's no collision, there's no injury, there's no headline.
Yasha says he understands frustrations from passengers about the system's problems.
I try to do best as I can, like all the other bus drivers.
After 14 years on the job, this isn't the first safety pin that Yasha wears proudly. But the man he helped is always on his mind.
I probably will give him my phone number and say, if anytime you need anything, call me. If someone you need to talk to, call.
A job he says he is honored to do.
Wearing this uniform, it's an honor, and it's an honor to serve the city.
Eliyah Pirani, CTV News.
And the Ottawa Titans were out getting ready for their upcoming season before the rain arrived today. They were practicing under gray skies at the Ottawa Stadium this morning. The spring training schedule is out. Friday's preseason game is closed to the public, but that is when they will take on the Sherbrooke Expos. Your first opportunity to catch them in a preseason game will be at home next Tuesday at 6:30 against the Welland Jackfish. And then their home opener on May 8th. I am glad that they got it in before the rain because those baseball guys don't love the rain, Jackie. And there's a lot coming.
Yes, like you said, glad they had the morning practice because as we can see, even if you take a peek right now, there is rain moving through. Light rain for now, but even parts of Eastern Ontario are already seeing that heavy rainfall, especially around Kingston, where the rainfall is quite heavy. We are keeping a close eye on this right now. Temperature-wise, about 11 degrees. We were supposed to be about 16 degrees, but we didn't quite make it there. Sun, if we do happen to see it, will be setting at 8:06 p.m. But again, in that hour, we are likely going to see that heavy rainfall moving through even parts of here in downtown Ottawa. Now, tonight's lows across Eastern Ontario cooling down significantly, about 5-6 degrees for the most part. It's been about 1 degree in Bancroft, about 3 degrees in Gatineau. Tomorrow's daytime highs still double digits, but sticking on the cooler side, about 10-11 degrees. You can see that there might be a chance of some flurries around Pembroke as well as Bancroft, and that's because temperatures overnight into the early parts of tomorrow could cool down significantly as well. Keeping a very close eye on this, but once we get past our Thursday, we are looking to Friday. mainly sunny skies is what we're anticipating. I know that Environment Canada is calling for about a 30% chance of showers moving in, and this could be in the late afternoon of Friday, particularly in Smiths Falls area, but it is isolated showers. Now, taking a look right now in Atlantic Canada, 13 in Fredericton, no rain in sight as well. Lots of sunshine, 8 degrees in Charlottetown. Things are really starting to cool down in Thunder Bay, 5 degrees, as well as in Timmins, Toronto, Ottawa, Windsor, even Quebec. You could see that line really moving through. That's where you're going to see the rainfall and the weather system moving through as well. Meanwhile, our friends out west, lots of sunshine. Edmonton, Calgary, 14, 15, even Vancouver at 16 degrees. No rain in sight as well. So it's really going to be here in Ontario that we are seeing the rainfall moving through. Now, the 70 forecast is brought to you by Davidson Hearing Aid Centers, celebrating over 80 years in family business. And a closer look at what we can expect for the next couple of days. 11 degrees for Thursday, quite similar for Friday, 10 degrees, but look at that overnight low into Friday, -2. Haven't seen that in a couple of days. Saturday, 11 degrees anticipated daytime high. Things are going to start to warm up again the start of early next week, 13, then 17 for Tuesday. Even those overnights are back on the positive side. Unfortunately, the chance of showers will linger, so we're not going to likely see much sunshine for at least a week.
And those are May days that we're into, but the April showers look like they're pushing their way into May, so no flowers just yet.
Not quite.
All right, thanks, Jackie.
For every 7 that leave, it gets replaced with 1 individual, and that's a compounding problem year over year over year.
Well, just ahead, a look at how the federal funding for skilled trades included in the government's spring economic update could impact the job market.
Tonight, families of Tumbler Ridge shooting victims sue OpenAI.
We have to understand exactly what these companies are doing.
The potential billion-dollar legal battle and how the ChatGPT maker is responding. Later on CTV National News and watch on Crave.
CTV News community and weather anchor Jackie Perez. Weeknights.
Our popular Team of the Week segment is back later tonight, in fact. And if you want to be a part of our Myers Automotive Group Team of the Week, upload your video to ctvnewsottawa.ca. One of the key promises in the federal economic update is the nearly $6 billion to be invested in the trades. CTV's Adrian Gobriel has more on what this could mean for the country's workforce.
The sturdiness and strength of the trades in Canada, in part, begins here.
Insulation, drywall, taping.
The founder and CEO of the Skilled Trades College, Ralph Cerasuolo, believes a large part of the country's future rests in the hands of his graduates.
The ratio of tradesmen that leave the workforce and that enter it is 7 to 1 across North America. So for every 7 that leave, it gets replaced with 1 individual, and that's a compounding problem year over year over year.
BuildForce Canada has estimated a potential labor shortage of 385,000 workers in the construction trades by 2034, with 20% of the current workforce expected to retire over the next decade. Devin Forbes is hoping to be part of the solution. As a student, he has his eye on becoming an HVAC specialist.
A lot of people feel stuck sometimes, and I feel like the trades is the way out.
Though Forbes wouldn't have been able to afford his tuition without receiving a scholarship from the private sector, he believes an influx of federal funding would help students like him achieve Red Seal status in the skilled trades.
The amount of things that I learn every day, that I feel every day when I wake up tomorrow, I know I'm doing better than I did yesterday.
Merci tout le monde. In this week's federal budget, Ottawa announced $5.9 billion over 5 years to recruit, train, and hire upwards of 100,000 new red-sealed skilled trades workers by 2031. Cerasuolo believes the multi-billion-dollar announcement speaks to just how desperate the shortage of trade workers has become.
Does nation building happen in Canada without the trades?
Absolutely not. You can't have one without the other.
Those here at the Skilled Trades College also tell us that an important component to filling the labor shortage gap is helping young Canadians understand that this is a highly respected professional career path vital to building Canada's future. Adrian Gobriel, CTV News, Woodbridge, Ontario.
Well, now some other stories you need to know right now. We're getting a look tonight at just how much last year's royal visit to Ottawa cost Canadian taxpayers. King Charles and Queen Camilla had a whirlwind 24-hour trip to the city last May. They visited Lansdowne, Rideau Hall, and took part in a royal procession in a horse-drawn carriage down Wellington Street. That trip cost $2.6 million, which includes policing, transportation, and accommodation costs. Well, the city is putting up a plot of land for sale in the hopes of building a new health hub in Stittsville. The municipal land is located on Maple Grove Road between Huntmar and Terry Fox Drive. The city has issued a request for expression of interest to develop a health hub on the site. The second step would be a request for proposals. The goal is to attract a team of physicians to the hub. It's a sure sign that summer is not too far away. The National Capital Commission is getting ready for another season of swimming at Dow's Lake. It has reinstalled the floating dock, but it's still too early to swim. I have to say I was not thinking of it just yet. The NCC says it will begin testing on the water on June 1st and will provide an update on when it is safe to dive in. Health Canada has approved the first generic version of Ozempic, the drug widely used for type 2 diabetes and weight loss. The generic version is made by an Indian pharmaceutical company and is considered the same as the brand name in terms of safety and effectiveness. The move is expected to bring down costs for users. Canada is the first G7 country to approve a generic version of the drug.
We're very proud of these people. They have unbelievable courage, unbelievable. Maybe even more important.
Canadian Jeremy Hansen and the other astronauts from the historic Artemis II mission met with President Trump at the White House today. Trump praised the astronauts for their bravery. He had invited them to the White House during a call while they were still in space.
Someone said I made too much. Somebody said I didn't make enough. Somebody said that my income was taken after expenses.
Coming up, as Canadians rush to file their taxes by tomorrow's deadline, some are finding out the CRA is still trying to recover COVID benefits.
You're watching CTV News with Patricia Boal. Get the latest live local breaking news. Sign up now for our morning and evening CTV News Ottawa newsletter. The best local content from CTV News, Your Morning Ottawa, and News Talk 580 CFRA. Get it all in one place. Sign up now at ctvnewsottawa.ca. The CTV News Ottawa newsletter is brought to you in part by CAA Business.
Well, the clock is ticking towards tomorrow's tax filing deadline. While many Canadians will receive a refund this year, the CRA is still seeking more than $10 billion in repayments for pandemic-related benefits. CTV's Pat Foran reports.
The federal government rushed billions of dollars to Canadians to help deal with the financial hardship of the pandemic. Many applied for CERB, the Canada Emergency Response Benefit, and other programs. Years later, the CRA is still going after Canadians who they say shouldn't have received the funds.
The government's offer to give us benefits was very welcome.
Charmella Redgevold owns a small restaurant in Niagara Falls and says during the pandemic, it was closed for almost 2 years. She also suffered from an illness. She applied for the Canada Recovery Benefit and received more than $24,000, but she was told she wasn't eligible and had to pay it back.
Someone said I made too much. Somebody said I didn't make enough. Somebody said that my income was taken after expenses.
After Redgevold paid that amount, she was told she also received other funds she shouldn't have. She now must also repay $14,000 in CERB benefits. CRA told her, "We have determined you are not eligible for CERB. You did not earn at least $5,000 before taxes of employment or self-employment income in 2019 or in the 12 months before your application." Redgevold appealed the decision but lost and must now come up with another $14,000.
Very, very disappointed and stressful because I know I had the income for the business.
Earlier this year, an Ottawa hairstylist was also asked to repay $17,000 in COVID benefits CRA says she was ineligible for.
I needed this income. I had a family to feed.
The CRA is combing through tax returns and hopes to still recover more than $10 billion in COVID-19 payments it says Canadians should not have received. Pat Foran, CTV News.
Well, 4 of the biggest companies in the U.S. reported earnings today. Alphabet, Amazon, Meta, and Microsoft all released results after the end of the trading day. BNN Bloomberg's Marilla Fernandez has the details.
These are the companies investing billions of dollars into artificial intelligence. Their earnings are an indication of whether those investments are paying off. Meta reported it is once again raising the amount it will spend on its AI build-out this year. The social media company projects it will spend between $125 and $145 billion U.S. It is paying more for components than its competitors since it's late to the AI race. Investors didn't like the news, sending the stock down in after-hours trading. Here are the closing numbers for the day. The Canadian dollar not changed much. It's at 73.08. West Texas Intermediate up almost $7 to 106.88. Western Canadian Select up over $3 to 78.34. And the TSX lost 265 points today. Those are your business headlines. I'm Marilla Fernandez.
Well, just ahead, we meet our Myers Team of the Week. We'll be joined in studio by a local vaulting team.
You're watching CTV News with Patricia Boal. Hey. CTV and TSN 1200 want you to be the Myers Automotive Group Team of the Week. Your team could win $1,000 for new equipment, tournament fees, or an incredible team party.
Shoot us a quick video, upload it at ctvottawa.ca. Whether it's hockey, ringette, choir, band, or any team in between. Each week, the winning team will join us live in studio at CTV Ottawa at 6 to claim their prize.
Enter today for your chance to be Myers Automotive Group Team of the Week.
Well, it is time to meet our Myers Team of the Week. Teams are invited to send us a video to describe why their group is the greatest. Tonight's team, the Nation Valley Ranch Vaulters. Now, this is some pretty amazing stuff here in this video. Vaulting, as you might expect, one of the most demanding equestrian sports. These athletes perform gymnastics and dance on a moving horse. I mean, come on. Every routine not only physically impressive, it also tells a story. They train for countless hours and build a strong bond with the horses. And the vaulters are here with us in studio. Unfortunately, the horses are not here in studio. We need a bigger building. We would have loved that. But we're very happy to have these incredible athletes here. We're going to start over here with Miriam. So you're athlete, participant, coach. What do you love about this sport?
I love most of it. The teamwork, the horses. I've always been into horses and gymnastics, and just getting to combine like 2 of my loves has really been incredible. Getting like the teamwork, because not only is it teamwork with the horse, which is a very special bond because there's no words there. It's just you have to communicate through, like, figure it out yourself. Yeah. But then also the teamwork and working with the kids and everything. It's a great experience.
I mean, gymnastics is tough on the floor, tough on a beam. How do you actually keep your balance on a moving horse? It just seems like it defies the imagination.
So we do a lot of cross training. So we specifically work on gymnastics. We do a lot of CrossFit, actually, acro, aerials, if you've ever heard of that. Plenty of cross training to work on strength, flexibility, mobility, all of that. And then you just kind of work on like staying with the horse and moving with them. And then you figure out the balance as you go. Yeah.
And I would assume everyone on this team, Naomi, must have a love of horses. That must be a big part of it. You have to be really comfortable with the horse, right? They're competing with you.
Yeah, most of us have worked with horses a lot. We started out with horses before vaulting, some just gymnastics, but it's a lot of love for the horses.
And you guys are obviously superstars here in studio, but a couple of your horses are big stars too, right? Doing some stuff outside just the vaulting arena.
Yeah, so we have 2 main vaulting horses, Reba and Willow. Reba is our Clydesdale. She's our main canter horse. And then Willow is a quarter horse. She does a lot of walk trot and just the littler kid stuff.
And they make movies and all that good stuff. Yeah. Awesome. Love it. We're going to bring Myers in here with your check. Miriam, what are you going to use this money for?
So we are actually bringing down an incredible coach from Alberta to work with our vaulters, and they're going to gain like more opportunities to gain knowledge and expertise on the sport, which will be a great opportunity for them.
Excellent. Love it. Always working. All right, a There's here from Myers is going to come on in with this check for $1,000, and hopefully that will make a difference in that. Why are you excited to be here and supporting these wonderful athletes? Is it because you've had a chance to do gymnastics on a horse? Or?
Oh, absolutely. I was ranked 3rd or 4th best in the world about 12 years ago.
Nice.
No, we're very happy to present this check to the Valley Vultures. very excited about the work you do in the equestrian performing arts. And yeah, that's pretty much it.
Awesome. Yeah, it is a super cool sport. I want to see more of it for sure. And if you want to be a part of our Myers Automotive Group Team of the Week, just upload your video to ctvottawa.ca.
Oh, Canada, our home and native.
Well, coming up, this was such a cool moment. We'll have more on the heartwarming evening last night. The Buffalo Sabres game, the mic cut out and the fans made sure the Canadian national anthem did not miss a beat. Jackie.
Thanks so much, Patricia. Taking a look at the next 3 days. Yes, there is a slight chance of some showers that early. The last sky cam where, hey, it is 11 degrees out there right now.
You're watching CTV News with Patricia Boal.
The National Capital Region is jam-packed with incredible experiences you don't want to miss. Hey, I'm Sneha Taylor, your iHeartRadio Weekender, powered by Barrhaven Ford. Get the inside scoop on all the biggest and best events every Thursday, Friday, and Saturday on CTV, Move 100, Pure Country 94, TSN 1200, and News Talk 580 CFRA. iHeartRadio Weekenders is powered by Barrhaven Ford, Ottawa's newest and largest Ford dealership, and Ontario's #1 Ford EV dealer.
Ottawa, a second flood peak is possible in Gatineau with heavy rain on the way. We hear from Gatineau's mayor. Tune in on CTV or stream us live on Crave at 6 a.m.
Hairstyles, courtesy of Salon Fiorella.
Well, here's what's on CTV on your Wednesday night. E-Talk, The Big Bang Theory, Master Chef, The Floor, and Shark Tank. Here's a recap of the top stories we are following right now.
I wish no one go to experience what I have seen. I wish it for no one. It's unbearable for sure.
The family of a 4-year-old boy who fell to his death from their apartment window speaks out, remembering Eliyah.
First reaction was shock. Then the questions came. So the questions for me are, where are these people going to go? Do people use this service?
Well, the Salvation Army is set to close its food bank and church in Cornwall, sparking concerns from the community amid record demand.
I have been fully committed to this team, to the city, and it's just becoming a distraction, frustrating to deal with.
And a couple of days later, Sens captain Brady Tkachuk directly addresses questions about his future in Ottawa, calling them a distraction, saying he is fully committed to the Senators. I want to get a final look at the forecast now and this rain that is on the way. Jackie?
Yes, I hope you brought your umbrella. I was talking to CFRA upstairs. They're like, I forgot an umbrella today. You're going to need
Jacket with a hood.
Yes, and rain boots perhaps as well. The bulk of this storm moving through in the next couple of hours, and it will carry on into the overnight. Again, we are anticipating 30 to 50 millimeters of rain moving through eastern Ontario. Rainfall warning in effect, but it should clear by tomorrow afternoon. So that wake-up weather, about 6 degrees is what we're starting off with. Clear sky, or not clear skies, cloudy skies as well, and that will maintain for Thursday afternoon. 11, the anticipated daytime high, and this is actually going to be what we're going to experience for Friday into Saturday as well. Those overnight temperatures are going to be quite chilly too, just below the freezing mark. It won't be until Sunday that we could see mainly sunny skies, but then start of early next week, we will likely see the return of rain, especially by midweek. It looks like Wednesday with 60% chance of showers. But the good news is we are going to start to warm up again by the time we get to Tuesday and Wednesday. Patricia.
Now keep watching Sunday because CN Cycle for Chio gets a really early start, and that overnight low is going to be, layers, I think, will be the thing on Sunday, because by noon hour it'll obviously be very different when everyone's sitting out enjoying the barbecue. You're going to be emceeing that this time around?
Yeah, can't wait. That's a fun one. But you're
layers.
Right.
There's my advice for you.
Layers, for sure.
We want to check and see what our team is working on for tonight. Austin will be on the desk at 11:30.
Yeah, thanks, Patricia. We are following details in a seizure of what's called ghost guns. These are firearms made with 3D printers, making them essentially untraceable. Police say these types of guns are becoming more common right across Ontario and Canada as a whole, but officers are cracking down. So we will have details on that seizure of these firearms later on tonight. Of course, you can get the news anytime, anywhere at ctvnewsottawa.ca, and join me tonight for CTV News at 11:30.
All right, good stuff. A little bit of hockey on tonight, too. Always hockey right now, it seems. I don't know if either of you were watching last night. This really cool moment that actually sent chills down a lot of people's arms and spines right before the NHL playoff game in Buffalo. So the mic cut out and Sabres fans just jumped in, helping to sing "Oh Canada" as soon as that happened.
Oh Canada, our home and native, hatred, love.
We all know that feeling when the mic cuts out, right,
Yes.
Jackie? So the crowd just jumped in and to help the anthem singer out. They knew all the words, and finally she did get a new mic to perform the Star Spangled Banner. But Buffalo is very cool because it's the only NHL city where they play both national anthems, even though this was two American teams that were facing off, Buffalo and Boston. Of course, it's a border town, 8 kilometers from the border. There's a lot of Canadian fans that go down for Sabres games and for Bills games. But still, for all of them to just jump in and know the words, I mean, this might be the best thing for Canada-U.S. relations since, you know, Artemis II and that mission and what it did to make people feel really good about themselves. So, very cool.
Well, what do we think? Was that on purpose?
Staged? You think?
I don't know. Maybe.
The Senate
I don't know.
here.
Look, I still love it either way. I'm into it.
What we want to see is the staging of the beautiful vaulting performance by our team of the week as they are here to wish you well and say goodbye. You want to check them out in action when you can.